Oh, is that right now? Oh, I am live. Okay. And let me fix this. Edit. Day 5. All right, there we go. You minimize this. All right, just gonna start here at 6 o'clock. Where I was just checking in the process of loading some, finishing loading the trainings and the videos this week to the VIP group. So I'm making sure all that is done here. There's still a couple more to load. So just wrapping that up here. Let's see here. Okay, I think he put them in a different drive. All right, we're waiting for some more people to join here and checking the. Oh, I did, didn't I? I'm just trying to make sure I'm getting everything into the VIP. There it is, right there, into the VIP drive. All right, hello, happy Friday, everybody. Oh, there's that. I got it. Okay. Let me send this off. All right, here we are. Sorry, I was literally just getting bombarded with emails and messages from my team, getting stuff loaded into the VIP Google Drive. There's about 4 recordings that they are loading in there right now. So hello, what's going on, everybody? It is Friday. We've made it through an entire week. That's the last live class this week. Today in the Masterclass, if you missed that, boy, you missed a lot. We went for about an hour and 25 minutes today. So pretty long class today. But we went through, we broke down an actual lease option assignment from start to finish, from marketing to the sequencing of the emails, all the way to getting the contract, to marketing the property, to how do you show the property, some of the things that you ask to pre-screen the buyer. So we went through all those things, and then we went through the actual closing. Who gets what paperwork? And again, everybody gets a copy of all paperwork. And I'm just going to double check this here. All those things, and then we went through the actual. Hey, closing. Sam. All righty. And I4, I just found out like 3 minutes ago, you are part of the party. I wish we were on a Zoom right now. I'd bring you on board. But I4 is out in California. I4 is the newest Dream Partner. So I know that we have 8 seats left for the Dream Partners. So I'm super, super excited, I4. And you and I will be in touch on Monday, I4. Matter of fact, it might be that you and I and Sam get together on a Zoom together to go through our Jumpstart call and go through all the platforms and everything. So I'm super excited about that, I4. So welcome aboard. All right, so I'm going to start off this coach's corner. I did not bring a student on board uh, on purpose. I wanted to kind of wrap up this week with uh, starting off with uh, a video that I think I've got almost set here. I was trying to do this here, and with the internet. Um, being a little slow in the hotel, it's taking a little bit longer to load here. So it looks like it'll be ready in about 3 minutes. So I want to start off this last coach's corner with, first of all, thanking everybody for being here this week. There's really a tremendous amount of time and preparation that goes into a 5-day masterclass with what we put into it, Monday through Friday, because we're essentially training for about 3.5 hours a day, 3.5 hours a day, 5 days. That doesn't include the coaching and training that we're doing and giving to our dream partners during the masterclass. So it really is quite a bit. So it can be a little bit exhausting, but also exciting as well. So I want to start off today, since it's going to take a minute or two to get to the video, to see if there are any questions. I know it's a Friday evening, so typically on this last coach's corner, there's not quite as many people are here because it's Friday and people are out doing their family stuff and everything. But I want to start to see if there's any questions yet. Any questions from this entire week, from Monday through Friday, from market sellers maybe to finding the buyers, contracts, or anything like any questions, put them in the chat box. I will and I'll answer them for you. So I know today after the VIP or during the VIP, people had asked about where to sign up for or where to apply to work with myself and Joe. And I just want to drop that out again. It's thedreampartners.com, thedreampartners.com. If you want to have the opportunity to work with myself and Joe and our entire team, I absolutely do not look at this as just some coaching or mentoring program. That's not what it's about. Yes, there is coaching and mentoring, but it's so much more than that. It's truly a movement of 50 real estate investors across the nation that approach real estate differently, where we actually help sellers. We don't beat them down and beat them down on price. We don't negotiate. We have conversations with them. We listen to the sellers, and we are the doctors of real estate, right? We are the ultimate plan B for sellers and investors. We are dream partners. That's what it's about. It's about being part of something bigger than yourself. And I'm just going to, looks like, wow, we still have 4 minutes left on this video. So I want to go through, I'm going to share my screen here. And I'm going to show one of the tools that we use, that you can use to find. I'm going to show a few things that you can use for seller leads here. I'm going to share my screen, make sure it's sharing here. Okay, Darnell, and I'm waiting on my screen to share. Oh, I always forget to click that last button. There we go. Okay. So one of the things, and Darnell, yeah, I'll definitely go through that, Darnell. Hey, Marcus. So one of the things you can do to get started, to start marketing to sellers. I know Wednesday we went through 23 ways. One of the things you can do is you can actually go to, as an example, you can go to Zillow or you can go to Trulia.com. You can pick a county. I always like to pick counties. You can go to a county as an example and say, Harris County, Texas. And it's going to take it just a little bit for it to pick up. There we go. And then you can select, these are houses right here. There's over 500 houses listed. There's 250, probably 250 plus houses for sale by owner. And it gets a little slow because the hotel Wi-Fi here. You can literally go to Trulia, and right here, and you can sort and just pick, there's auctions. I need to get rid of these auctions. Look, you can just literally click on a house for sale by owner. See that? Click on that. And look, there's a tree for sale. People wonder why their houses don't sell. Look at that. There's a tree. So you can call them, ask them how much, ask them about their tree, see if they want to lease option their tree. But through Trulia, one of the things I like about Trulia is oftentimes the data is pretty easy to read, and on a lot of the houses, not all of them, you can literally just click on the button. Click on the button. Click on the thumbnail, and oftentimes, look at that. Not this one. Oftentimes, it'll have the phone number for the seller, but not all the time. Boy, this one, what a horrible description. No wonder his pictures are horrible. His pictures are horrible. Descriptions. Look at this. Does not flood. What a horrible description there. Hey, what's up, Joe Sesky? But on Truly, I like about it is you can go to whether it be for rent or for sale, and typically they'll have the phone number right there in a majority of the ads, not all of them. And I know this is taking a while, but for example, here's Harris County for rent, and you can select. I got houses there, right there, single family. And you can go through houses for rent in Trulia, and pretty quickly go through and find houses that are for rent that are not with a property manager. And they're for sale by owner, and you can just call the owner directly. So you can find this data pretty darn easily. Also, obviously, Zillow as well. And there's so many websites here. There's so many sites you can go to. For salebyowner.com. Obviously, those are for sale by owners. All their information is right there. So for sale by owner, for rent by owner, and just call them up and see if they would entertain a short-term lease purchase. Again, like I said today, I use the term lease purchase with the seller. I never use the term rent to own with the seller. I use the term lease purchase. See if it would entertain a short-term lease purchase, and tell them just the highlights, full price, no commission, cash flow, get their email address, and email them the seller price sheet. Let me see here. And one of the tools that our let's see here. One of the tools that our dream partners use, I actually get this for free for 2 months, is Property Snatcher. Property Snatcher is built on the framework of RealFlow. There's a data provider. Come on. I hate when you have to go through 15 steps to, there we go. No. There we go. Okay, well, again. So Property Snatcher, did I pin the wrong one? Nope. There we go. So Property Snatcher is a phenomenal tool that our dream partners use to pull lists, to pull data, to pull comps, and so it's a phenomenal tool as well. I'm going to show you an example here. Come on. So I can actually type in here, for example, I'll stick with Harris County. And we can pull all kinds of data in Harris County. And I'm just using Harris County just because I do a lot of stuff down there. And with Property Snatcher, you can actually pull a list of houses that are listed on the market over 30, 60, 90 days. You can pull that off, create a direct mail campaign as well. You can see it's got data on over 1 million pieces of property there in Harris County. So again, so for free access to a free potential seller leads, you've got Trulia, Zillow. There's also obviously you just saw me do for salebyowner.com. We use Property Snatcher quite a bit. Something else that we use for direct mail is you can also use Redfin. Redfin is free. Redfin is not in all areas. Something that's nice on Redfin as well that we use, same as Property Snatcher, is you can put in an area like Harris County. And you can search for houses for sale, and you can put in filters. So house, and then you go scroll right down here, time on Redfin. Come on. And sorry, this internet connection is so slow here in the hotel. Come on, filters. There we go. It is not, it's not letting me scroll down. I apologize about that. But you can select right here where it says time on Redfin down here at the bottom right. And I think it's because my internet connection is just so drained here in the hotel. But you can select time on Redfin over 30, 60, 90, and actually download a CSV of houses that have been listed over 30 or 60, 90 in your county, and actually do a direct mail campaign to those properties. So again, just some free resources there to market to sellers. And let me see. There's Joey.
Hey, what's up, guys? Hey, I thought I'd come here the last day and give you guys a proper send-off, but I wanted to just chime in and see how everything's going.
Yeah, just finishing up some ways and different ways to market to sellers there, answering any questions.
I see that.
And doing what I can on a dial-up modem here.
I see that, yeah. That's a nice Motel 6 you're at. Are you in Miami?
Oh, my God. I'm in Orlando. You should see this. It's a double tree. And it's rough.
Yeah.
There's a chair over there that I guarantee you has.
Yes.
I can only imagine how many suitcases of cocaine have been laid on that chair.
I don't want to know what's on that chair. Yeah.
Is corduroy still in?
Yeah, you should go to the front desk. Did you sanitize the chair?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. We steam clean it every time. Yeah.
It is rough. Sorry, just finishing up some stuff today. We have I4. Santiago is in California. He has a new dream partner. So
wow. Okay, great.
Remaining, yeah. So
good.
So we went today on the Masterclass. We went about an hour and 25 minutes or so, going through everything from start to finish on a lease option, how to close the deal, and all of
Nice.
that. And it turns out that we have a young lady in Chicago that's going to be applying to work with us, who her name is Kelly, who is a professional motivational speaker and a rapper.
Wow. Okay.
Amazing is that? How amazing is that? Yeah. So excited to have her on board.
I'm excited. Yeah, I'm excited.
Let me see. So we had a questions about Darnell. Said, can you go over the steps for a closing again? Do you need a lawyer? Yeah, so you don't need an attorney to close a lease option. The only reason to use an attorney to close a lease option is so everybody has a warm, fuzzy feeling like, oh, I closed an attorney's office. Having said that, there's nothing wrong with closing in an attorney's office. If you're going to do that, you can have the buyer pay for the attorney. It'll be about $400 for what's called the fee attorney. And the attorney is just going to push paper across the desk and say, here's what this is, and say the exact same thing you're going to say. In 18 years, I've never used an attorney to close a lease option. I do kitchen table closings or kitchen counter closings where I've got 3 sets of the paperwork, one for the seller, one for me, one for the buyer. Now, technically, you could have just 2 copies, one for you, one for the buyer, then you scan and email one into the seller. But to keep things super simple, you've got 3 sets of paperwork, and they're all the same. One for the seller, one for the buyer, one for you. You go to the kitchen counter, and you say, all right, here's this. And what I do is I go through, here's the landlord's acknowledgments, and I go through that with the buyer. All right, now here's the lease. And I go through the highlights, like here's how much your monthly payment is. If there's anything about a pet, like no pets or anything, whatever the specifics are in the lease, go through that, boom, boom, boom. The option of purchase, I point out the option price, the option fee, where it's being reflected, the seller concession, where that's being reflected in the contract, and then the assignment, and have them sign that. And I go through the assignee's acknowledgement. Anyway, I just go through all the paperwork, and then I just have them sign 3 times. Seller copy, their copy, my copy. They get a copy, I get a copy, seller gets a copy of everything. The buyer gets me a cashier's check, and then we'll have a separate cashier's check for the seller. Now, sometimes people ask, well, is the seller there for the closing? And the answer is it doesn't matter if they're there or not. It's totally fine. It's paperwork. And they're going to get a copy of the paperwork, so it's totally fine if they're there. But I think, Joe, I think sometimes people are starting off, I think they get nervous of what happens if the seller and the buyer meet.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
Like, okay, so because it's fine if they meet. Matter of fact, if the seller lives there, when you go to show the property, they're going to meet, right? And that's totally fine. But normally in my closings, the seller isn't there only because the seller's already moved, and so they don't even live there anymore. So, but it's totally fine if they're there because everybody gets a copy of their paperwork, and there you go. But you don't need an attorney.
Yeah, or I mean, we use DocuSign every day. I mean, if when it comes down to it, you could do the bank wire, or mail the cashier's check, and then the seller could just mail the key. Or if you have the key, you can kind of coordinate it.
Yep, absolutely. Let's see. Marcus McCrae says, any suggestions on where to get a lease option contract? Well, I can tell you where not to get one. And Marcus, I don't know what state you're in, but you don't want to go online and try to get a free lease option contract anywhere. You don't want to use a 1-page lease option contract because it's going to be absolutely garbage, serve no purpose. It's not going to do the buyer any good when you go to close on the property. They're not going to be able to use it for financing. It's useless. The best place to get the contracts is obviously through us and through myself. Now, I don't give my contracts away. I never have, never will. Our dream partners get them. If someone doesn't come on board as a dream partner, you can always go and get my documents. Invest in my entire course and get them that way. But obviously, the dream partners get them as well. And let me see here. Marcia says, yeah, you need a hotspot on your phone. I do have a hotspot on my phone. I think it's just that I was downloading a video while I was trying to trying to log
And
on.
those hotspots, yeah, that's not good for streaming live video, and it's a lot of heavy stuff with that hotspot to do this for sure.
Yeah. Let me see here. What else we got here? What other questions here? Okay. Hey, Joe, by the way, what was crazy is I could see you and John Luengas on.
Yeah, I figured.
That's right, because I was on the plane. I thought, well, at some point it's going to cruise you, but for most of the for whatever about 20 minutes while I was flying, which I was surprised by. But boy, it was really great to see you and John, showing the screen, showing the marketplace.
That's what we do every day. Yeah, we do it every day.
Yeah, absolutely. Let me see. Okay, so Marcus, you're in California. Yeah, so California doesn't have any special laws or statutes about lease options, but still, you don't want to go get free documents online. They're not going to be good at all. They're not going to be strong or protect you. So, if coming on board as a dream partner isn't in your isn't in the cards right now for you, then you can certainly go to my training website and get the entire course that has the documents as well, which is lease option classes. Marcia asks, do most buyers obtain a mortgage within 12 months and buy the house? Yes, most of them do. And I want to bring up, why do we do a 12-month contract? Because other educators talk about doing a 3 or 4 or 5 year lease option. Typically, when an educator is talking about a 3 or 4 or 5 year lease option, they're referring to a sandwich lease option. All right, so so you want to realize that on a lease option assignment, the 2 reasons I do a 12-month contract is because the seller wants to have light at the end of the tunnel. They want to know they're going to be getting cashed out, right? And with if you do a 12-month contract, they know, okay, I'm going to be cashed out within 12 months. Plus, if we do a 12-month contract, then our criteria for the end buyer goes up quite a bit, because we're looking for somebody very, very close to finance, right? So if someone comes to us like they did today with a 470 FICO score, I'm not going to help them, right? I want to be able to get people in the house that can close quickly. Plus, the longer the term of a lease option, the less likely the buyer is going to get financed, because life happens. Maybe they get divorced, maybe they get married, maybe they have a baby, maybe the kids move out. Over 3 or 4 or 5 years, life happens, and suddenly they don't need that house anymore. It's time to move, right? And the money they put down the house doesn't have the sting that it did when they first put it down. So I do a 1-year lease option. Let me see here. Go through any other questions here. Oh, there's Kelly. Kelly's with us. Looks like Kelly's watching us. Yeah. Yeah. Joe, we were on the call earlier today, and on the well, I guess it was the VIP. She was in VIP. We're on VIP, and I was bringing people on so they could hear. I could hear their questions, and talking to them. And she was from Chicago, and suddenly Melanie kicks in and goes, "She's a rapper." Melanie goes, "She's a rapper." I'm like, "What?"
Did she do the lease option rap?
She said she's gonna come out as a partner. The guy's gonna come as a partner in Chicago.
Oh my god!
Yeah, and so she'll come to San Antonio. We'll have her do a rap in San Antonio at the JW Marriott.
That's fantastic.
Yeah,
I love it.
That'll be great.
I don't know if it'll be better than yours, though, John. I mean, you have a pretty good one yourself. You want to save that too for the mastermind?
I could break it out here.
Right. I understand.
I think I'll save it. I'll save it till.
Good idea. Okay, I'll write it down. Make sure I don't forget. Okay. So
to circle back on how to close a deal, there you go. One thing I will say is make sure you absolutely want to keep a file on all your houses. It's not too uncommon for the buyer to go to get financed, and they didn't have a copy of the cashier's check, and you should. You've got a copy of that transaction. And then earlier today we had in the VIP room we had Mary, who's applied to work as a dream partner, and she's down in the Houston area in Sugar Land, and she was inquiring about how to use a lease option to buy a property for herself. So I was expecting to be a straight lease option, and what I told Mary is that when you're talking to a seller about doing a lease option on their house for yourself, it's going to be your residence, the conversation is actually far easier because you're talking about you are the buyer, right? So there's no ethereal third-party buyer that you're having to describe to the seller. You're saying, look, it's me, and I'm seeing a little bit of time. I just want to do a short-term lease purchase, and so that conversation is so much easier. So we talked to her about that. I4 says I don't know what conversation's going on here. I4 just say I'm a veggie wrapped with beef. I don't know. I don't know what people have been saying. I just popped up on my screen here. Just explain again about the cashier's checks. I was not clear on that. Okay. So once you have a buyer and you sit and for a dream partner, once they've sent the buyer to leasing to buy, you fill out the application, they're approved, good to go. The dream partner then has the buyer. The buyer needs to secure the property, right? So let's assume the option fee was $15,000. I'll have the dream partner will have the buyer deposit, say, $3,000 earnest money to secure that property. That goes towards the $15,000 in this hypothetical case. When the buyer and the dream partner meet to close the deal, and everybody gets a copy of the contract, that buyer has a cashier's check made out to the LLC made out to the company of the dream partner. In this case, for say $12,000, because they've already paid $3,000. So the cashier's check goes to the dream partner, right? For the first month's payment, that is a separate payment payable to the seller, and that could be a wire or a cashier's check. Now, I've had many times where I had a cashier's check. The seller wasn't there, so I had his cashier's check, and I just went to Wells Fargo or whatever bank. I made a copy of it. They went to whatever Wells Fargo, whatever, deposit for him as a favor. It's not a big deal. You can always mail it to him, overnight it to him. But you do want to keep those funds separate. Now you want to keep option fee and paying first month's payment separate. John Ed says, if we do a lease option for our own home, who gets the option fee? If you own the home and you're selling it via lease option, then you get the option fee. Yep, absolutely. Let's see here. Yeah, you bet, Marcia. Any other questions here? It's always, it's Friday. It's the last day of the masterclass. Things are winding down. So this coach's corner is only a little bit smaller and I get it. People are off on, go out on Friday night or something with their kids. Oh, if I'm buying it. Oh, John says if I'm buying it. If you're buying it, then the seller gets the option fee. Now, something to be said, this is what I told Mary, is that if you're going to buy a house on a lease option, you want to know what price range you're looking for, how much down you're going to have, and your monthly payment that you're going to be able to work with. And fourthly, and just very, very importantly, is you need to know what kind of time frame you need to get financed. Is it 12 months, 2 years, or whatever? So you don't put yourself in a tight position. Now, as far as the option fee, how much you're going to put down on a property, keep in mind the majority of houses that our dream partners work with, that are 300, 350,000, maybe $400,000 houses, the majority of those houses, the seller's only getting like $3,000 option fee in our assignment. And I say that because they're not getting $20,000, $40,000 option fee, from us. And so if you're trying to buy a house on a lease option, keep in mind that when we're having conversations with these sellers, we send them the numbers. They're only getting like $3,000 option fee, so not a lot of money. So you don't need, a tremendous amount of down payment to control a property with a lease option. Kelly says, how often do dream partners meet in person? It's so every other. Oh my God! So every
every other Tuesday.
every other Tuesday. I don't know what I was going to say there. So every 6 months we get together for mastermind. However, live at someplace nice. Last time it was St. Pete, Florida, on the beach, and that was a lot of fun. And then this coming one is San Antonio, the JW Marriott Hill Country, a gorgeous resort in February. So we get together twice a year for the mastermind. But outside of that, you work with the dream partners work with Joe, or they have the opportunity to twice a day on Slack. Then every other Monday, we all get together on a Zoom call. So there's a lot of opportunity and availability for Joe and I. But as far as meeting in person, twice a year, every 6 months. Yeah. You see that, Joe? Kelly is anxious. She cannot wait. I think Kelly's wondering how much new material she's going to have every time. Is that
That's
like
right.
a month or what? So let's see. Darnell says, who would you recommend to work with buyers for their financing if not a dream partner? The best thing to do, Darnell, first of all, Darnell, why would you not want to come on as a dream partner? We have everything already in place for you, right? Everything's like a business in a box. But if you just don't think you could handle working with myself and Joe, maybe my jokes aren't to your likings or something. What I would do is you just have to pick up the phone, start calling lenders, talk to loan officers, and say that you are working with lease option buyers and looking for a loan officer that will can assist getting them financed. One of the questions you want to ask them, Darnell, is, have you financed someone who is buying through a lease option, right? Because not all loan officers have financed someone going through a lease option, and they don't understand the paperwork or the option to purchase documentation. So you want to make sure of that. So we will submit, before working with the lender, we submit our documents to make sure that the underwriter, not the loan officer, the underwriter, because the loan officer is not the one that approves or denies a buyer, it's the underwriter. Make sure that they approve of the paperwork. Rachel Yelman, Rachel applied to work with us as a dream partner. So very likely be working with her. She asked, do you get an assessment done at any point? I think she means an appraisal. Because as far as assessment, I ask everybody throughout the transaction, how do you think I'm doing? How am I dressed? What do you think?
He's back.
Appraisal. The only appraisal that's done is when the buyer goes to get financing, then the lender orders an appraisal. But I don't do an appraisal. The seller doesn't do an appraisal. Oh, here's a great question. Marcia says, with the leasing to buy system, do you use an RMLO, or how do you qualify the buyers? So I don't use an RMLO, Marcia. There's no requirement, Dodd-Frank, to do that with a lease option. That's for owner finance. So RMLO, for everybody that's on here, is residential mortgage loan originator. And so for our dream partners, I'm actually the one that will screen that will actually pull the application and process it for our dream partner. So what happens is, let me see if I can show this real quickly here. A new video I'm going to show before we wrap out tonight. Let me see here. And I haven't watched it either, Joe. So I hope it's.
Oh no.
Yeah, I hope it's appropriate. All right, let's see here. So I'm going to share my screen. Let me share this. Oh, it's right there. Okay. By the way, speaking of videos, did you see the video I put on Facebook of Joe McCall?
No, is it funny? What is it? I'll check it out.
Dude,
I love when you pick on Joe McCall. He just absorbs the jokes.
Okay, you know what? Fine. Oh no, I can't. Dude, you got to see that. You got to.
I will.
It's about how to make money on using Zoom. I said, if there's one thing I learned from Joe, it's that you got to put your hands up all the time, and that's how you make money.
Is that what he does?
Yes, all the time. And I posted this video in the yeah. It's dude.
That's funny. I'll check it out. Yeah, I'll check it out.
It's pretty funny. So anyway, so so here is Leasing to Buy. And I'm going to log in as me, and just to show you what we do. So our dream partners will have their buyers go to leasingtobuy.com, fill out the application. And here are some of the reports here. We have all kinds of different reports here, applications. And right here, I don't know why he told that multiple times, but here are some of the applications we have from people that have applied for our dream partners, for their houses. So what happens then is I just click the button to hit view, and it'll pull up their information, and then I print this off, and it has all their information there, and I process it. And I go through Advantage Tenant, which pulls a tri-merge report. It tri-merges all three bureaus. Look at that income, pull the report, and then update the dream partner. So it's all done within the back there of leasingtobuy.com. So
yeah, that tri-merge is important because it happens so often as well. Can I give you a copy of my Credit Karma, report? And that's not the true score, the true FICO. It could actually be higher even. We don't know, but yeah, you want to definitely use that tri-merge like a loan officer would use.
Yep, absolutely. Let me see if I can find this here. Let's see if this will play or not. Nope, it didn't like it. I'm trying to play this video that I just got here to share with everybody. I'll put it in the Facebook. I'll put it in the Facebook group. It might be a little bit. I bet it's too big for this platform. Yep. Using Restream, you're limited on how big the file can be. So I'll tell you what. Since there's only about 11 of us on this call, let's do this. I will show you this video. Let me see if I can find it. There we go. It'd be great if it did. Okay. Is it going to?
Yes. Oh no.
So
it's tried. I'll check it out.
Yeah, go to my Facebook, and it's a great video. All right, so everybody, we have 8 seats left to come on board as a dream partner. And Joe, what I was saying earlier before we got on is that I don't look at the dream partner program so much as just coaching and mentoring. There's definitely coaching and mentoring involved in it, but when you get everybody together, especially like every other Monday, we get on the Zoom calls, and it's really about everybody supporting each other, pulling each other up, helping them, supporting them, lifting them up, and I gotta say, Joe, I wouldn't mind if we all got together like 3 times a year.
Yeah.
That meeting in St. Pete was powerful, and you remember the one in Houston at the Grand Duke before that's before COVID, but in 2019 actually. So, I mean, powerful information comes from there, and it really gets people to think,
Mm-hmm.
and myself included, about, oh, hey, you know what? Maybe I'm not doing enough. Maybe I could do
Right.
more.
Right. Right.
Maybe I do need to make those adjustments and changes in my business.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. No, it's easy to dismiss. Oh, I could do this on my own, and that's a lonely, difficult road to go down when you have a team around you to support you, to motivate you, and to help you. I mean, it's priceless.
yeah, it really is. There's the saying about if one horse can pull a ton, how much can two horses pull? And
Mm-hmm.
it's three, because as you add more horses, they can actually pull more than just one horse could. And really, it's power to have people behind you. I'm here at this event in Orlando, and he's been speaking many times about how don't try to do this on your own. You want your team behind you, you want your team around you.
And we go to events ourselves, to get motivated, ourselves, right? We travel, and we go see some of the other gurus, and we further our own education. And I don't know about you, but that definitely motivates me for sure. Once I leave those events. So yeah. Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. And then at the masterminds that we have twice a year, like there's one coming up, to have Mitch Steven there, who you've never seen. No, the last time I had Mitch at a mastermind, you had come up. You were still in Pennsylvania, but have you seen him speak?
I don't believe so.
I think if you had. Okay, phenomenal guy, just down to earth, cowboy hat wearing guy, and. But phenomenally successful, incredibly successful. Author of My Life in 1,000 Houses. He's a songwriter.
Oh, okay.
He's a very, very talented guy. But because of the way he presents himself, because of the way he presents the information and talks, it's like it sinks in. It's like, yeah. It's not like way over your head. It really sinks in.
Yeah.
So he's going to be there to have the opportunity.
Oh, nice.
For the Dream Partners to be around someone like that and have lunch with him and talk to him and stuff is
and hear the country version of the lease option rep. We have all these.
It's the country version. And then we have Jerry Green, who even before I had secured Jerry Green for the mastermind, I had commented before that you and I were going to go see him in 2022 for his operations and systems training.
Yes.
He's a guy that big boys go to and pay thousands and thousands to just spend a couple of days to learn systems and operations, whereas the Dream Partners get to hang out with him for a weekend for free.
I'm excited. I'm excited myself.
It's going to be awesome. So I'm looking to see, before we kind of wrap things up here. Sorry I couldn't play that video, the hands up video. Sam Beltrain, he's super excited. He's one of our new Dream Partners. See if there's any other questions here before we start to wrap up. So we've covered a lot this week in this masterclass. And, Joe, we do 3-day events a couple times a year. But every time we do one of these master classes, I think, it's going to be a lot of fun and a lot of information, but it's virtual, it's online, so not too hard. But I tell you what, by the end of Friday, I'm like, oh my God, we've going nonstop. By the time that was on the master class, that's 3 hours a day.
Oh,
plus the coaching we do, full day. So anyway.
No, I hear you.
But so it's a full week. I don't see any other questions here. I think we've covered it all, Joe. I think we had a really good week this week. Oh, Darnell, you bet. You absolutely bet. I encourage everybody again to apply to work with myself and Joe. There's definitely no other mentorship program like it out there. And I say this so many times, and I mean it when I tell my friends who are educators in our space what all we give. and how much we give in the Dream Partner program, and then how little the cost is, my friends actually get mad at me like I've lost my mind. They get mad at me because they know that it's a easily can charge $50,000, $60,000 for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we don't.
And we have the best product, for sure. If you want to learn lease options, we are the guys for sure.
There's no doubt. There's no doubt about that. Sam, I'll shoot you a text or email Monday morning, Sam. Sam is excited to go.
I'm excited. Great. Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, that is it. There's a video I'm going to be loading inside our Facebook group. Guys, please take 3 minutes out tonight or tomorrow to get the application in thedreampartners.com. Here's the worst thing that could happen. Here's the worst thing is that you get a free consultation with the legendary Tamara Aragon. Okay, that's like that's phenomenal. So the worst thing that could happen is maybe the time is not quite right, but you can at least have that discussion and have that conversation about what it's like to work with us, and maybe even give yourself some more clarity on what your own goals are, right? But then again, you can also come on board with us. End up with you coming on board with us and working with us as a Dream Partner. Joe, it is 7 o'clock here. No, is that 7? No, it's what time is it here?
Well, it's 7 here. Yeah.
Oh my God, it's 8 o'clock here in Florida. All right, here at the No-Tell Motel. Joe, this has been a lot of fun.
Thank you, John.
All right, guys. Hey, everybody. Take care. We'll see you.
Thanks, guys. Bye-bye.